Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to eBIZSTART 2021 Virtual Business Exhibition and Conference. 现场的来宾朋友们，大家好。Hello, apa kabar semua dan selamat datang. Vanakkam.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to eBIZSTART 2021 Virtual Business
Ladies and
Exhibition
gentlemen,
and
we are
Conference.
currently streaming live here in Wong, YouTube
Hello,
and
apa
Boom.
kabar semua dan
Let me
selamat
introduce
datang.
myself. My name is
Vanakkam.
Vivian, and it is an
Hello,
utmost
ladies and
pleasure to
gentlemen.
be here
Welcome
presenting
to
as the MC
eBIZSTART
for
eBIZSTART
eBIZSTART
Virtual
2021.
Business
Ladies and
Exhibition
gentlemen,
and
yes,
Conference.
we are currently streaming
Hello,
live
ladies and
boundaries.
gentlemen.
We are happy to
YouTube
share
and
with all of
Abdul.
you that.
Hello,
Let me
ladies and
introduce
gentlemen.
myself. My
Vanakkam.
name is Vivian,
Where
and
we
it
have
is
hello,
an
ladies and
utmost pleasure
gentlemen.
countries
Welcome
participating
to
and
eBIZSTART
500 exhibitors
Virtual
and a
Business
total of
Exhibition and
thousands
we
of
are currently
registered delegates. And if you are here watching right now, let me introduce the command in the chat box below. Let us know so that we can get to know you guys better. Now, ladies and gentlemen, eBIZSTART 2021 is only held for thanks to our organizers, Eating Hub Sdn Bhd and MC Sdn Bhd. Not to forget all our kind sponsors as well. Let me mention our platinum sponsors. We have Penang State Government, State Exco for Trade, Industry and Entrepreneurship Development, and MoneySafe Sdn Bhd, P2P lending platform licensed by Securities Commission of Malaysia. Our diamond sponsors, Datel Asia, Huawei Malaysia, Macro Kiosk Berhad, Potboy, and iBox Chain. For gold sponsor, we have Engine Mailer, Sdn Bhd, and our events platform, Orlik Sdn Bhd, and Boom. Also, our partners from Southeast Asia, Africa, East Asia, Australia, and Middle East, all the participating countries, USA, United Kingdom, Spain, Portugal, Tunisia, Morocco, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, Pakistan, India, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, now eBIZSTART was created as a platform here for entrepreneurs to showcase their businesses, create business opportunities, and to expand their business network and resources. And this serves as also a platform for entrepreneurs to learn and acquire knowledges. Now, I would like to take all of you down a trip for memory lane. BIZSTART was started approximately 10 years ago, back in 2011, where the first eBIZSTART was held in Sunway Convention Center. Now, it was a moment of triumph for the organizers because it took them 4 months' time to conceptualize and to came up with the idea and to the execution of the whole eBIZSTART within 4 months' time. Now, the first eBIZSTART was definitely filled with challenges, but we managed to pull it off successfully with more than 4,000 participants in a 2-day event. What started out as a local event 10 years ago in 2011 now takes a very different form. Thanks to the pandemic and MCO, ladies and gentlemen, as the saying goes by, there is always a silver lining in every situation. Right now, we can move this event online, virtually, to a different platform called Boom, thanks to one of our mentees. And with that, we're able to connect with all of you from different parts of the world. MCO does not stand for Movement Control Order anymore. It stands for Must Come Online. And another vision for it is Money Comes Online. So on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, do expect hundreds of experts and master trainers contributing their time to train and share insights with all of you guys here in our platform. We have 3 business channels in eBIZSTART 2021. One of them is called eBIZSTART 2021 Summit, eBIZSTART 2021 Masterclasses, and WOBIZ, Women in Business, where we provide content rich for all of you, more than 100 topics of interest you can expect in eBIZSTART 2021. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome our first guest, which is our organizing chairman, for the opening address. He was the man who started all this 10 years ago. He was also an author for a book called Psychpreneurship, Staying Sane Amidst the Entrepreneurship Chaos, an angel investor, incubator, mentored more than 5,000 new entrepreneurs, the co-founder of E3 Hub Sdn Bhd. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Andrew Wong for his welcome address.
Hello and good morning to everyone. Thank you very much, MC Vivian. First of all, my greeting to Yang Berhormat Haji Abdul Halim Hussain, and of course, who is also the State Exco of Penang in the Office of the Trade, Industry and Entrepreneurship Development. We also have Datuk Professor Dr. Paul Tan, who is the co-founder and Vice Chancellor of Health University Malaysia. And lastly, in our session today, we also have Dato George Lim, a very old friend of mine from the GA Group of Companies. He's the founder and CEO of the GA Group of Companies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, I would like to thank all of you, especially our partners, our sponsors, our communities, and of course, activators, entrepreneurs at large for making this event a reality. And I can tell you one thing, I think this is an event that everyone is very excited about because from the WhatsApp chat group that we had 3 WhatsApp chat groups of all the activators. Everyone was really looking forward to it. There's so much activity going on. We even had business matching done even before this event, and it basically tells us that what we are doing is very worth it. It was 6 months in preparation to turn a physical event into a virtual event, and hence we have eBIZSTART 2021 virtual business exhibition, conference, and workshop, masterclasses, and so on. So it's a very exciting time for us, and even then I have to thank my organizing team who have been having a lot of sleepless nights in organizing this, especially when you're onboarding all the activators onto the Boom platform. It was very, very difficult. What could go wrong will go wrong. And indeed, we were facing a lot of onboarding, teething problems because many of you are new to the online virtual world. I will talk more about that later, but allow me to finish my thanks and welcoming address in the sense that I would also like to thank the sponsors who have graciously supported us in this initiative. I think without these sponsors, we could not pull off this show, and that's a fact. And special thanks to the Penang State Government, especially the Office of the State Exco of Trade, Industry and Entrepreneurship Development. Many thanks to MoneySave. MoneySave has been very, very supportive of us in even contributing a lot of prizes for gamification and of course money for to hold this event as well. And of course our other sponsors, Macro Kiosk, Datel, there's so many of them that I could not think of anything, but of course I need to mention them. Huawei Malaysia, Potboy, iBlockchain that came in at the very last moment to support this show, and lastly, NG Mailers in Berhad. So our MC has mentioned all this, but one thing very important is that this show would not have happened if we had not had the communities behind us. And these communities are global. From Africa, from Europe, from Saudi Arabia, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and China, Taiwan, and of course, Hong Kong. So these communities contributed a lot of our international participation. You know who you are. Thank you so much for being part of this. I will also not mention how many countries we have attracted in terms of participation because MC Vivian has already done so. But one thing I want to highlight is this. This experience is a very new experience for all of us. And I know that because I see all the problems that came up during the WhatsApp chat. And I also know that a lot of our entrepreneurs are first timers in this event, in a virtual event. So a lot of confusion, in terms of setting up a virtual booth, in terms of, putting up the banner, what to put up, things like that. But nonetheless, as entrepreneurs, we prevail. We prevail, we persevere, and we try to adapt to the new normal. COVID-19 has changed a lot of things for all of us. Right? Even for E3 Hub, we have changed our business model. And the realization of creating this virtual show from a physical to a virtual show became very, very urgent for us. And fortunately, our mentees, NBIS and V Raksasa and so on, have worked with us to co-create a platform that is very revolutionary, and it coupled with a lot of engagement and gamification. And that's the objective that we try to create, the environment that we want to design for virtual event platform. So in eBIZSTART 2021, as was mentioned, we have the summit, we have the master classes, we also have the conference. Not to mention also, we have the business pitching competition. This business pitching competition, we have two. One is the eBiz Challenge 2021. The other one is the World Biz or Women Business Challenge 2021, which is organized by GBG, Google Business Group from Georgetown, Penang, and Women Will. So thank you so much, GBG, Georgetown, and Women Will for wholeheartedly supporting this event, and as well as creating a side event with us for women entrepreneurs, and also a pitching competition for women entrepreneurs. For your information, the pitching competition for women entrepreneurs is still open for submission, and if you are keen to participate, you can still submit your application, but it is only for women. It's only for women. So men, you have to go into the eBiz challenge, but unfortunately the eBiz challenge is already closed, and we are now we have shortlisted 57 companies that will pitch this coming Saturday and Sunday, right? This Saturday, Sunday on the preliminary round, where the finals will be held on June 28th. The top 5 of eBiz challenge will be determined by then, and of course the winner by June the 28th. So we have a very, very content-rich platform. We have a very, very content-rich exhibition, conference, and masterclass. And the reason is very simple. For entrepreneurs, we only need to focus on 3 important things. 1, getting the right business support. 2, getting the right market access. And 3, getting the right funding access. And this is what we are trying to provide in eBIZSTART 2021. You have access to learning, a lot of business support from all the master trainers and business coaches, as well as experts in the field. We also have the ability to create market access. Remember, this is the platform for you to showcase your businesses, right? Create the right business opportunities and foster collaboration with others, especially now when we have 20 plus countries participating. It is a good time for you to build your network and your business resources to go global. That's the key thing. And lastly, we also provide, platform for funding support, where we have invited organizations like Cradle to come in to give a talk on funding and financing, especially grant application. We also have talks on equity crowdfunding, P2P lending, and also from the bank, UOB Bank has come in to support us with one of the talk on the digitalization initiative and so on and so forth. There is everything for everybody. And there are so many things that we touch on: entrepreneurship, leadership, management, social media, online marketing, digitalization, e-commerce, including live commerce, future trend, data intelligence, where we have Dato providing consumer intelligence information, funding, financing, personal development, especially mental health for entrepreneurs. So take that as a priority as well, as a matter of importance. And lastly, financial planning. So take this time to learn and acquire new skills and new knowledge, because this only happens once in a year, right? It only happens once a year where our trainers, our experts come together, paying it forward to train all of you with whatever skills and knowledge that they know, including digital marketing, social media marketing, and so on and so forth. So at the same time, again, build connection, foster collaboration, and create business opportunities for yourself. The platform is yours. It's not for us. It's not really for E3 Hubs. It is for you to use it to expand your business, to grow your business. So at eBIZSTART, we have given you this platform for you to go global. So that's the most important thing. The onus now is on you to start the initiative. Learn. If you do not know digital marketing, learn from the masters that we have provided. If you do not know how to go online, learn from the masters that we have actually invited to come to teach all of you. Okay, so take this opportunity. And I know it's an entirely new experience for many of you, because the process of digitalization, which become very urgent in the last 1.5 years, but it's never too late for you to learn all these skills, all these new skills, right? I could see that struggle, right? But important thing is, don't give up, because eBIZSTART is also a test of your endurance and relevance to the new digital world. Now that we have taught you how to fish and have given you the fishing rod, plus not only that, we also brought the big pond to you where all the fishes are. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing together for the next 14 days. We shall fish and we shall make our business prosper and be successful. Thank you very much for all your patience and your participation in eBIZSTART 2021. Let's make this 14 days matter for all of us, right? Build relationship, create business opportunities, build partnership, build your resources, build your network, and let's go global together. Thank you. Thank you so much. And over back to you, Vivian.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Andrew a big round of applause. I think he actually used a very wonderful, well-said metaphor on the whole fishing scenarios. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, get ready in this coming 14 days with your fishing rods, okay? Get ready with a fishing buddy as well. And I hope that all of you, by the end of 14 days, you manage to get a big pond, okay? A big fish as well. Ladies and gentlemen, to get a ball rolling, please join me to welcome our guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Datuk Haji Abdul Halim bin Hussain, Penang State Exco for Trade, Industry and Entrepreneurship Development, who has also supported the eBIZSTART event. Ladies and gentlemen, your round of applause, please. Yang Berhormat Datuk Halim.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, very good afternoon. Yang berusaha Datuk Profesor Dr. Paul Chan, yang berusaha Dato George Lim, and yang berusaha Mr. Andrew Wong. Yes, given his speech just now. Now, first of all, I would like to record my thanks and appreciation for inviting me to deliver the opening speech of the eBIZSTART 2021 Summit, which kicks off on the virtual business exhibition. The Penang State Government, through the Office of the Trade, Industry and Entrepreneurship Development, records our congratulations to E3 Hubs and the eBIZSTART 2021 organizing team for successfully bringing this event into reality. Now, I'm glad that Penang State Government have supported 85 Penang entrepreneurs to a special e-exhibitor package, which allows them to unlock additional exhibitors functions that will help them these 14 days on this platform. And we would like to have these 85 entrepreneurs to experience first-hand digital experience on a virtual event. Now, when this event was announced in April 2021, in our soft launch, we had only 2,200 exhibitors, and I was informed as at today we have 500 over exhibitors. So congratulations again to E3 Hubs and the organizing team. Now, what is the most significant here that this team is a young team, where I always believe the future is in the young. Maybe they adapt to the new technology fast enough. And we have a Penang boy, Daniel Kau, who developed this virtual event platform, what is called as Dato. And we also have another Penang boy, Kevin Ford, the CEO of 3 Hubs, which make up the whole team. Congratulations again. Now, eBIZSTART 2021 event is within the movement control order that we have experienced. This is the 3rd MCO. And I know it's very tough for businesses to adapt under these constraints of the MCO. And this eBIZSTART 2021 is timely, and it gives an alternative to all entrepreneurs to market their products, market their services on the e-commerce and online platform. Now, like it or not, the COVID-19 pandemic is here to stay, and you have to adapt to the new normal. As entrepreneurs, it is important for us to adapt to new technologies, new mindsets, new business models, and opportunity in this virtual event to build the business network. Now, always new things, there is a bound to failures, but failures is what about success is. You have to go through trial and failures in order for you to gain success. The pandemic, COVID-19, has accelerated the pace of change. You like it or not, businesses have seen how technology, how the online and e-commerce platform has transformed businesses. Now, and also we have seen that even though unemployment have rises, but digital job vacancies has tripled according to the Malaysian, according to MDEC, the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation. Yeah, means that while job unemployment has rises, but then it gives also opportunity in the digital e-commerce platform. So there are jobs, even though losing jobs here, but there are also opportunities, especially in these digital businesses. Now, we have seen many businesses fail, but new businesses rises. Now, to be a global champion, one must always be learning, ready to acquire new knowledge and new skill set. eBIZSTART 2021 has lined up a wide list of expert sharing and workshops to help all businesses in the global arena. The participation of more than 20 countries, including Malaysia, will give you the opportunity to network with other countries' participants, build your business resources, and help you to position in this global business world. As you know, Penang State Government has launched the Penang Vision 2030 in 2018, August. And this vision is all about Penang being a smart state, a green state, and also family-focused state. And since 2019, we have initiated many programs to ensure our entrepreneurs, especially micro businesses and SMEs, to adapt to the digitalization initiative. And as at today, a number of 3,000 micro businesses and SMEs have gone through training to prepare them for these new technologies and new e-commerce platform. I'm glad also to share that the state government also has initiated a new agency, what is called as Digital Penang, with the objective to transform Penang, what you call this, the Penang transformation, Penang digital transformation, to transform Penang SMEs to adapt to these new technologies. And we this is a land, Penang is a land of opportunities for entrepreneurs, for startups, and we are ready to lend hand to these new entrepreneurs. Now, two major events that we held in 2020. First is the Penang Tech Fest. It's a run-up for the World Congress Information Technology, which we were supposed to have in 2020, but now it is scheduled in 2022. And the other that was held in September, and the other is the International Inspirasi Khatijah, which was held in December last year. This is a virtual expo, virtual event that focused on women entrepreneurs. These events, two events, will also be held this year. So look up for this coming program. Now, we are also proud and welcome that this virtual event, Boom, what's called Boom, have attracted 500 over exhibitors. And I would like also to welcome all participants from several countries. I was informed that 20 countries from USA, Portugal, Spain, UK, Tunisia, Morocco, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, Pakistan, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, Vietnam, China, Australia are also participants of this event. Now, this eBIZSTART is a perfect program, platform for Penang and Malaysian entrepreneurs, B2B, encouraging cross-border e-commerce. And we also have 80 speakers as informed by the organizers. This is indeed an exciting event. And I would like to congratulate E3 Hub and the team for this initiative. And what more for sponsors and also MoneySafe, a P2P crowdfunding platform, and a platinum sponsor for this event. Now, E3 Hubs and eBIZSTART is indeed living up to its promise of creating funding avenues for Malaysian businesses and deliver a world-class entrepreneur platform with collaboration with MoneySafe to enable entrepreneurs to have access to growth capital. And finally, I would like to conclude once again with my heartiest congratulations to E3 Hubs and the eBIZSTART 2021 organizing team for creating an awesome event for entrepreneurs and providing the opportunity for entrepreneurs to showcase their businesses to a global audience. I also like to thank the sponsors again, and I believe we'll have more events of this nature in the future. I hereby declare that the eBIZSTART 2021 Virtual Business Exhibition, Virtual Business Summit, Virtual Masterclass, and Virtual WOBiz channel open. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Dato Halim for the wonderful opening address. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause here for Yang Berhormat Dato Halim here as well. Thank you so much for gracing our event and of course with the wonderful speech you have given here in this beautiful morning. Ladies and gentlemen, now after hearing from Dato Halim here, I'm sure we are all ready. We're all ready to get started with our event here as well. Now, next, we have actually prepared a keynote speech. In fact, it's 2 keynote speech here during our opening ceremony. So please do get ready. If you're here, ladies and gentlemen, please tag along all your friends. And if you're watching this from YouTube or if you're watching this from our Boom platform, okay, please do remember to stay tuned with us. Okay, we have two more keynote speech here ongoing as well. And for those of you who are watching from YouTube, we would highly encourage all of you to register yourself at our platform, which is the Boom platform. Now, later on, our community team will be pasting the link right at the YouTube link, at the YouTube platform, so that all of you may register yourself as one of the participants in our Boom platform. Because during these 14 days, as we have mentioned earlier, you get to expect different types of sharing sessions, different types of infos, and of course, our experts, and some of them who are master in this, they are here to share more than 100 different topics in our whole 14 days eBIZSTART 2021 virtual exhibition and conference. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on, we will be hearing from Datuk Professor Dr. Paul Chan, the co-founder, vice chancellor, and president of Help University Malaysia, for the inaugural leadership keynote. Please join me to welcome Dr. Paul Chan.
Good morning to everyone. First of all, I want to congratulate Andrew and his team of people for organizing this very meaningful event. A couple of weeks ago, I had a discussion with him about this particular topic, and it is about leadership in crisis. So it's not just about a failure in leadership per se or business leadership. It so happens that I've been examining this particular theme as the last chapter of a book, To Be Significant, that's the title. So I asked a very simple question. What is the critical question about leadership crisis? And to me, it is about leadership and the human condition. So it's not just business leadership or leadership to manage a company and so on. So by crisis, we mean the rules of the game have changed, that we are no more in charge. And very often, we don't even know what to do or what will happen. So this particular pandemic crisis has catastrophic consequences. A crisis hurts our personal lives and our well-being. It harms and it destroys the viability of business. And of course, its sustainability. But to some, a crisis has inbuilt opportunities. So crises happen and are caused by our inability to understand the context, in this case, the pandemic context, and the use of critical resources to control the situation, the direction, and of course, our destiny. A crisis has serious consequences, especially when it is substantial in size, significant in the impact, and it is of long duration. And also to understand that a crisis becomes more consequential when there is a small possibility of reversing the situation or even improving a particular situation. But all crises are relative in terms of our resourcefulness, in terms of the resources available to us or accessible to us. But any crisis is an unfavorable challenge to our leadership and disruptive to whatever we have planned. The crisis becomes more difficult to solve over time when the volatility of change, when it becomes more and more volatile. So the volatility of change accelerates. So chaos will result. In business, this means there's a total disruption of production, distribution, and consumption. And for the individual, it is about our life being threatened and our total well-being disoriented. So during a crisis, we expect leadership to emerge to help us along. How do we react? How do we respond? How do we recover? How do we rejuvenate fast and effectually? But the pandemic has shown that we have limited individual leadership capability. We are severely limited because an individual finds it very difficult to unlearn fast so that we can relearn fast and learn to adapt fast. So we say the crisis is about the human condition because of its comprehensive and universal impact. It is profound in uprooting our fundamental view of life and livelihood and our view of life regarding our faith in our destiny. So it's more than just business failures or business leadership failures. I look at this pandemic crisis very broadly, deeply, in the context of the human condition. And here I propose the 4L statements. One is, what is our legacy statement? What is our life statement? What is our livelihood statement? And how does leadership comes in to intervene, to influence, and to impact the other 3 L's? First, what is this legacy statement that we talk about? Basically, it is about the measure of oneself. It is about the purpose of our being and what is worthwhile leaving behind as we leave the world one day. Who we are. What is it that is worthy of our talents and worthwhile doing in terms of our time and of course our life? How are we to be remembered as the evolving self? Because we are evolving all the time. Why do people remember us? For our thinking and our deeds. Can we become a preferred exemplary model? In our case, as Help University, and by the way, Help stands for Higher Education Learning Philosophy, the Help legacy is about an ennobling idea. It is enshrined in our mission statement and our 5 values. Our mission is very simple: to help people succeed in life, and more importantly, to lead significance through education. Our 5 values support these: pride of achievement, sharing success, the courage to be, as in being, as in becoming, and of course, to be compassionate. And lastly, but very importantly, to be significant in whatever we do. So this is about the evolving self as we practice enabling success with significance in other human beings. So it is about human fellowship and building faith in the future for others. Life legacy is about helping others to develop and evolve. As somebody says, as we near the end of our life, we must understand that we must give to others, so that when we leave this world, we are what we have been given, have created, and have passed on. So 2 questions are always at the back of our mind. So what are we going to do about it? And what does it mean? In the end, we want to make meaning in our life. And meaning takes shape in the stories we tell about our lives that we live. But meaning is very paradoxical. As we are involved in living, we are also thinking about living. The second statement is about life statement. The end of life is the beginning of our legacy. The pandemic is a very sharp reminder about life preservation. It is about our emotional and spiritual calm. It is about having empathetic compassion to care about this. So living is about understanding sufferings and joys, the causes of sufferings and joyfulness, the cures, and the way to do it. It is about our insight into what Buddhist philosophy would say about impermanence, attachments, and cravings that are the causes of suffering, as we try to understand the impact of the pandemic crisis. Thus, it is so important for us to develop the right understanding and the right view about life. The right understanding about right effort in developing mindfulness and meditative concentration. Otherwise, we do not understand the broader and more profound perspective about the human condition, and we are lost in just talking about business and accumulating wealth. So what is this existential view about the human condition? It's about how to look for some internal order inside us as we are subverted by the disorder in the external world. So we have doubts, predicaments, and conflicts almost every moment in our life. So how do we secure harmony, balance, and aesthetics about life. So we need to go back to the past. Do we get some hindsight from the past to get some insight about now, the present? And so that if we can, to get some foresight about the future. So we should look at life positively under all circumstances, even the most miserable ones like now. Because our main motivation for living is our will to find meaning in life during uncertain times. We have the freedom to do it, to do what is meaningful, to experience different types of things that are worthwhile doing, to encounter new friends, new experiences, so that all these give us a sense of self-assurance and a sense of our destiny. It is important that a purpose-driven life be defined by some worthwhile deeds that we do. And above all, regardless about the situation, to cultivate the right attitude towards anything that we cannot avoid, including unavoidable suffering. We can choose our attitude. So the ideas that we have, the values that we endorse, the actions that we choose to do, all these create our personal history. And we have to act very often in a very stoic way to accept what we cannot change and learn to be part of the evolutionary process. And that's the best thing to do. It sounds very Darwinian, but that's what it is all about. But as we accept these, we must learn to make sense and to make meaning out of our life. So whether it's the will to live, the will to create meaning, or the will to have pleasure, all this must be clear and to be well preserved. So some of us use faith to console, some use philosophy to question why, and a lot of us will use science hoping that it can give us the solution. But the broad context of this pandemic is the same to everyone. It's about suffering and deprivation, although there are opportunities built in for us to overcome the personal self, to be more self-caring, and of course, to continue our livelihood. So what is this livelihood statement? The third L or second L. During this pandemic, what is the context to earn a living, whether we are a salaried person or we are an entrepreneur? What confronts us? What challenges us? What are our constraints? How do we use the catalysts to conceive things differently? And what actually is the purpose of our business? Perhaps, as somebody says, there's only one purpose: to perpetuate its existence. We cannot allow what we have created to die. This is again very Darwinian. We have to perpetuate the existence of what we have created. So, as the pandemic highlights something so critical confronting us, like life and death, besides business failures, we are somewhat disengaged from our future. So does it mean we have lost control of our leadership? Because we have lost control of the context, because we have lost clarity about our future, our destination, and of course, our destiny. So how do we exercise our leadership in this regard? At HELP, we try to respond by introducing the 4R transformation. That is, to reframe our vision, to revitalize our new businesses and value propositions, to restructure the direction and our governance, to renew our culture and the energy of our colleagues. So we are looking for our futures. Is there a clear future? Is there a particular future? Alternate futures? Or a range of futures? Or we do not know, because this is true uncertainty. But regardless, we have a certain duty, not commercial responsibility per se, but the moral and ethical. Can we reinvent the industry? Can we regenerate our core strategies, redefine the business model, reconceive the product concept, redraw the market boundaries, or rejuvenate some innovation? So it comes now to the last statement of mine, the 4 L's, the role of leadership, the leadership statement. Leaders and leadership are always fascinating, but let's not forget that leadership cannot exist without good followership. Followers give us the leadership. Now, how does leadership come in to influence and impact our life, our legacy, and our livelihood? We all know that to have leadership, especially relevant and quality leadership, is extremely demanding. It requires some artistry. It's not a science. It's very contextual. And so one of the most important skills and mindset we have to develop is to have the art of the long view. How to reflect the future by inquiring about the future, and to lead by constant questioning. So leadership is all about experiential learning, how we observe, how do we reflect, and how do we act. It's all about experiential learning and experimentation. But above all, how do we cultivate this great skill of how to unlearn? Because if we cannot unlearn, it is not possible to relearn and learn new things. So to me, what are the measures of our performance in business, in living our lives, and in leadership? It is return on time. We wouldn't have so many years if we spend our time in a very wasteful manner. Then the returns on the 10 years, 15 years that we have invested in something that is dear to us cannot give us high returns. It is not return on capital or the money we invest. It is return on time. But returns are associated with excellence. So the second part is, what is the return on excellence? But excellence is not a finite destination. It keeps on changing. And therefore, it is a very exciting adventure for us in the business world. So there's a leadership crisis if we fail to understand the causation of all these changes in the new context and the circumstances that are moving non-stop in different directions, like the wind around us. But then, despite all these constraints, personal limitations, we can cultivate leadership to understand that changes are inevitable, that there are always unknown variables, that the future is always uncertain, that the life cycle for me, for the organization matters when we review what we do. So if we have this understanding, we can develop a crisis mindset ability to accept the worst case scenario. And therefore, we can make sense and make meaning of the crisis and our personal leadership. So in this way, we will appreciate the purpose of the business or whatever personal endeavor or mission we have, diagnose the problem, choose the appropriate turnaround strategy, act on the change process, and of course, monitor for recovery. So leadership acts on legacy, life, livelihood, in helping the other three components to be realized as we exercise our leadership to learn how to anticipate the issues that shape the condition of life, to understand the consequences of the issues and the actions that we take, but also they appreciate the difficulties and that there are alternative realities because we interpret things differently. And there are always opportunities emerging. But the issue is how to detect them and to interpret them. And therefore, we must have the ability to solve problems, but also the ability to create problems as future opportunities. In that way, we make sense of what we do, and we will learn how to make meaning out of our life during these difficult times. So, a crisis is very Darwinian. Some will perish, some will stagnate, and some will flourish. I'm sure that most of us will flourish because we are resilient people. Good luck to all of you, and thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to Dr. Paul Chan for such wise wit and an inspiring keynote speech here today in our platform. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, please join me to welcome Dato George Lim, founder and CEO of G&A Group of Companies, for the Business Leadership Keynote. Over to you. to be displayed here for all of you. later on.
He has written over 6 books over the last 30 years, and one of the recent book is Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0. So these are the book I will summarize it in 30 minutes. Yeah. So I think everyone are in the situation facing the very uncertain time, and the direction are not very clear. Some of us are in the tornado. Understand that tornado come from good time also, and also bad time. So in good time, we have to manage the success we have, and in bad time, we have to manage the setback we have. So it's a very well balanced, so no cause for panic. And more important, the question to you is, are you the guest or are you the host of your tornado? If you are a guest, means you are supporting the host. So what role are you playing to help the host to go through this period? So awareness, adapt, and action are very important to help each other to go through this period. There's a survey done by KPMG 2021 CEO Outlook Pulse Survey, and the survey say 45% of business will return only to normal in 2022. 31% business will return to normal in 2021, means this year. And 24% will not be sustained, means the business will change forever. So today we are looking at business that will be changed forever. How do we manage? First, I will bring your attention to your vision. Using Jim Collins concept, first he will remind us that we still have a vision and we should focus on our dream, which is our vision, and we should look at our core value and our behind. This is the three very important things that in business they should embrace. Is about the dream, the core value, and the big dream. Okay, then only look at the strategy about first who then what, the hedgehog concept and the flying wheel, the flying bullet and cannonball. So today we'll go through these three strategy together with 20-mile march. It's about discipline and choice. For vision, my question to you is, what is your vision? Where are you heading? When you are looking beyond the pandemic, if you have vision more than 5 years, is your customer still remain or not? So you have to check yourself, what is your main customer? What can you do for them? And to look around, who are your competitor, and how do you differentiate from them? And look beyond, even 10 years, 30 years, you know. What do you want to bring to the world? How do you see yourself in 10 to 30 years? And describe clearly all your vision now. When you go to a very uncertain time, is to go and look at your vision and start asking this question. Your vision. Next, we are looking at your core value. What are the value to preserve that you will prevail at the end? When we look at core value, we look at the culture DNA, the value has been practicing that make your community so sustainable during good time, during bad time. Only this time, a little bit different than before. So what are those core values you would like to preserve? It could be trust, it could be integrity, it could be efficiency, and it could be customer focus. So in Southwest Airlines, I think this is one of the best airlines in the world. To survive this pandemic are not easy for them, but look at the core value. So, but I like about the warrior spirit, strive to be the best, display a sense of agency, and never give up. So this is a core value that tell them never give up. So what is your core value? So core value is something that it could be very personal, your personal core value. And if you don't have a company core value, so using your company personal core value to put it into your company and share it to your team. Preserve your core value and your core purpose of the business and stimulate the progress. Only then you consider what type of specific goal you're going to set, what type of strategy you're going to implement. Preserve your core value, stimulate your progress. I spoke about vision, core value, and the next is about your goal. What is your big dream? What is your next goal in the journey towards your vision? So when we look at big dream, we're looking at your big goal. They call it behind. Big, hairy, or dangerous goal. It look beyond 3 to 5 years. It look beyond just a short-term goal. It goes beyond from short term to medium term to long term to achieve a purpose, a dream, and a vision. And the vision of Beehive for Sony in 1950 is to turn the Japanese product from a poor quality into a world-class quality. This is their Beehive in 1950. And the Sony Walkman came out exactly 30 years later, 1979. So what is your Beehive in transforming the society or the pain point of the society that you want to bring out? What is your Beehive? I have looked at vision, core value, and Beehive. Now I'm looking at if you have able to preserve your vision, your core value, understand about where you are going, what goal you are set before you beyond this year. Look into 3 to 5 years, even 10 to 30 years in a long run, in a transformation journey. And after this, we are looking at who are those people are with you now? First who, then what? Do we have 90% of the right seat in the past filled with the right people? So this is a KPI, first KPI you have to look at after you have set your goal, is to measure, do you have 90% of the right people on the right seat in your bus? And as you measure them, do you get the wrong people off the bus or not? So people are very key to a company journey and also very key to their success. And in another book by Patrick in Sunni, talking about people, the ideal team player is about humble, it's about hungry, and it's about smart. And in Simon Sinek, he's talking about a team player, a good team player is about trust and a high performer. And in another book on how to build a high performing team, it all started with trust again. And confront, be open about the problem you face and how to minimize the politics. Then only set a common goal and have a mechanism for accountability. Then only result driven, result focused. So the result, it has to be together, achieving together. So do you have 90% of the right people on the right seat? If you only have 50% or only 30%, how long it take for you to achieve 90%? So the next strategy after people is about your hedgehog. When we're talking about hedgehog, we are talking about what should you do to stop doing things that you should not be doing. For example, if your business are related to tourism, so what are the things you stop waiting? You should think of something else. Or some of the thing is too complicated. So how do you reduce it so that you focus on whatever can help you to sustain? So you're looking at your Beehive, looking at what is your what are the capability, what is your passion, and how much customer pay you for the service you offer. So this is the 3 circles that balance your Beehive. It's about focus on what you can do, focus on what make you stand out, focus on what make you success, focus on what make you survive right now. So what are your capability now that you are passionate to do. So if you are combined only passionate and capability is not enough. You have to be whether you can make a living out of the customer or not. Is your customer pay you optimum profit or not? If you are passionate what to do and you are not capable of doing, you will not get the optimal profit. Okay, this is how you balance during this time, is to look at whether the product and services you are doing is still a market or not, based on these three circles. What differentiates your business? What capability you are better than your competitor? So how do you analyze them? What are the features you compare with your competitor? Which one you stand out? Which one you do better? Which one you do less? In order to be more focused on area you do well and invest in area that to stay ahead with your competitor, to make you ahead of the game. Then look at your activity. Which are the activities stand out that customer want it most? Which are the activity that customer pay for it? So for example, in this case, the Southwest Airline. So some of the activity highlighted in yellow color is what customer want to pay for. It's a low price, it's convenient, on time, not so many services, very friendly services. This is what they value. So what is your customer value on your services? Identify them. If you are selling food, it's not just the food. It could be the taste. It could be the customer service. It could be the front service. It could be the technology. It could be, there are many factors. So when you look at your headshot, you look at a bit more detail. Because customer is the one who want to pay you, and that pricing have to take into all the activity concern so that you are able to make optimal profit. Because if you have too much cost, you're spending too much activity on different in the area customer do not want, then your costing could be too expensive. Then your selling price, if not selling your selling price are not more than your cost on your so that you can get your target profit, you may make a loss, or you may not. You have made so little margin, you have not have enough money to invest in other activity to create more product and services to your customer. So analyze your activity carefully and stop those activity are not giving you the competitive advantage, not giving the customer what they want. So this is what you should look at the activity and what activity need to stop. So people never resist to change. The only problem, people don't want to change because, again, go back to the hedgehog, is about they are not passionate what they are doing. Not only they're not passionate what they're doing, they don't gifted in what they're doing. So this is, if you are gifted and you're passionate, there's no reason you should not change. There's no reason that you are not able to do well now. So only then you're talking about the value you created for your customer, so that customer pay you a good price, pay you a good money. Okay, this is where we call your calling. Okay, so put customer at the center of the equation, build more product value for them, this for what they want. And looking at the business model, we're starting to ask this question about create value, develop them, and deliver the value. And when you want to create value, how well do you know your customer? How well Starbucks know their customer? How Starbucks create the customer experience for their customer? So their coffee shop are different from the traditional coffee shop. Can customer experience is what customer want in the future or not. So what are the elements of activity in Sabah that stand out from other coffee shop? So I have spoken about the vision, the core value, and the behind. And I look at the first strategy is talking about people, and the headshot is talking about how you differentiate from other. So balance with the 3 circle. And now I'm looking at firing bullet and cannonball. So why firing bullet and cannonball? Because if you have the right people and you know where you are going, and you know you have the core value that will preserve and prevail at the end, and you always understand the headshot, always focus on creating value that the customer want. This is very important. You should start, if your company making money, you should think of what bullet to fire. Should you fire bullet first or cannonball? Firing now, making a decision now, so that you are ahead of your competitor. You are ahead of the stone. So whatever happened in 2022, it will not happen to you because you see what is coming. You are ahead of time. You are firing bullet in 5 years, in 10 years, and in 30 years. But before you do that, I know a lot of us are suffering some cash flow issue. A lot of us are looking at the oxygen level are very low, especially this month. We are facing the lockdown. I just give you some simple finance concept, so that you can understand them. Hopefully, you can use them to always measure your cash. But before we look at the cash, we look at if you're still making losses, first thing you should look at is to able to bring down your labor cost. Okay. So just now, Jim Collins say, do you have 90% of the right people on the right bus? So wrong people, how do you get the wrong people off the bus so that you can minimize the cost? And as you're about to break even, then what's next after break even? Just look at this this break even point. If you don't understand break even, then I'll ask you this question: if my fixed cost is 80,000, how much per unit of cycle racing bicycle per unit? I earn 200. 500 per unit, my cost is 300, and I earn 200 per unit. So how much do I need to sell in order to cover 80,000? Anyone want to answer this one? How many units do I need to sell in order to cover my fixed cost 80,000? So I need to sell 400 units. It's about 200,000 in order to break even. Okay, so 200,000 sale is your target. So you have to continue to trim down your cost to 80,000, so that it will equivalent to your sales. Okay. So my next question to you: what if I cannot achieve 200,000 sales? So I still making a loss, right? Then you should look at to bring down the cost further to 40,000. For 40,000, you only need to sell 100,000. You can break even. So first thing to balance your cash is to look at break even point. Okay, the break even point. Look at the break even point. Then you're looking into the scenario planning for sales. How to increase sale 10% after break-even point in July. in August and in September, set a goal forward and talk to the right people on the right bus. So how do we achieve it together to 10%, to 20%, and to 30% onwards? And using this formula to calculate how many cash available in this month, or how long my cash can sustain me, how many days they can sustain me. So how do I use this formula to calculate my how many days my cash can last me in my business? Because many businesses are suffering losses. You may not have enough cash flow in your bank. Of course, if you can break even, good news. But then after break even, what you need to do is do a scenario planning for your sales. But at the same time, also using this formula, the number of days of cash available, to understand, to aware how many days your cash available that you can survive. So using the formula, I'm taking the example early that 120,000 for your purchase per month, and then plus 80,000 your fixed cost. So divided by 30 days, and you have cash at bank about 50,000. So it can only last you 6 days. It's not 6,000 days. 6 days. It's only 6 days. There's some error here. It's 6 days. Okay, it's only 6 days that can last you that long money. So after 6 days, you run out of cash. So this is where you calculate your cash available. If you only have 6 days, so you have to start looking at how to generate more cash. It's only 7.5 days. It's correct. 6,000 a day. So divide 50,000 divided by 6,666 per day. So it's 7.5 days you can last. Then after knowing your oxygen or your cash reserve, so we are going back to understand how to use bullet and cannonball by Jim Collins. So bullet is about innovation. Bullet is about continue to reinvest your profit so that you stay ahead of the game. You continue to provide more value to your customer. But a lot of entrepreneurs do not fire enough bullet. They don't try enough. So every bullet may not make you, may not be a good bullet, but you have to fire more. So pick up the one who can work, then followed by a cannonball. A good bullet, how do you know a good bullet? A good bullet is some innovation or some new product and services you do that is sustainable. Then that bullet need a cannonball to make it big, to make it scalable, to make it sustainable. So without the cannonball, the initial investment not enough for the product to run, to go to the next level. Even some entrepreneurs see work, he may not believe that it will work now. He only believe it only work after the pandemic. So they will hold on to the cannonball. So that is also a mistake. The other entrepreneur might, if other entrepreneur shoot the same bullet and followed by the cannonball, they become ahead of you. Okay. So bullet is about keep innovating. It's about talking about easy dollar and hard dollar in 4 Forces of Growth by Kevin Lawrence. Most entrepreneur will go for easy dollar, but easy, you know. So I sell my chow gai diao. So I have Grab and Panda, so I sell through them lah. So very easy. I don't need to think so much, you know. And at the same time, I still open my shop, and so pandemic come, I do less. So in order for me to grow, I will open another one. So their concept are very, very simple, SME. So they never thought of the hard dollar, which is the bullet, which is followed by the cannonball. Why is a hard dollar? It's about R&D dollar. It's about exploring. It's about going to something new, innovate something that is uncomfortable for you to go in, something that you don't know. So these are the R&D dollar. So looking at restaurant, how do you explore opportunity? Is for a restaurant point of view. So here are some of the examples during this lockdown. Is maybe you can sell pre-packed meal through retail, pre-pack your meal through retail. The easy dollar is to start feeding the nurses and police straightforward, or maybe the frontliner need our lunch box, so I will sell it to them. Very easy. But to do a pre-packing, you need to innovate the packages, the packaging, the new logo. You have to contact with the retail, so it's hard dollar. So the hard dollar is the one also less likelihood to succeed. So this is where we should look at as a bullet to test it. Not go into cooking class, okay? To go into subscription meal. The second bullet, first bullet, second bullet, third bullet, takeover course, and the fourth bullet, healthy food. So these are bullet. If which one is work, then followed by the cannonball. That's how you keep innovating, how you keep creating more value in your business. So, and then also look into what need to be improved existing. So you stop doing yoga class. So you stop take over thing. So you stop feeding the frontliner. So these are things you should review in your operation. And also looking at this concept about idea generation. What do you like about the idea? What is the 10% of the idea that you like? For example, in this, should you try to work or you push the car to work? So pushing the car to work is a very bad idea. But you should get to work. You should get yourself to work by pushing the car, right? So it's not entirely bad idea, right? It still got 10% good. So the next is to improvise it, is to improve into next level. So what the next level of improvement is, maybe by pushing the car, we can think of, we're doing a lot of exercise, you're getting very healthy now. And by cycling, you can think of maybe there'll be more people cycling. At the same time, you generate electricity together, and then all this. So not only then you get a healthy body, but you also can generate electricity and go into the green electricity, so that to preserve more energy. So you may think of a powerhouse, a gym power generator. So this is how you innovate now if your business unable to sustain. So what are those 10% that still you like about your business? Where to change from the 10%? But start thinking it on a day-to-day basis in order to continue to push for the innovation, you know. But also, of course, very important, you must have the bullet. Bullet is small investment to test it until you make it work, and you continue to scale it by throwing in your cannonball. So we have covered today all this. We're looking into a 20-mile march. If you have more than 3 priorities, you don't have any priority. What I have said is only 1% of your success. So 99% it still depends on you. What have you done? what are the 3 things we have committed to implement. If you are listening now, what are the 3 things that you have listened, you have copied it down, you're going to implement it in the next week, next month, and this year, okay? Or it's about discipline. It requires very discipline during the uncertain time, and it requires consistency. Every Monday asking you this question about the 3 things I'm about to commit to implement, and put a timeline by when you should complete, and design an action plan. What do you need to do now? Put it into details, and open it up to your team, so that everybody are sharing the responsibility together. What is your team think about what they should do now, next year, and 22, 24, and 25? So focus on this 3 years and continue to innovate and accept idea that is 10%, only 10% correct, but improvise them so that your business can adapt and survive. So your vision, your core value, your behind, first who then what, your hedgehog, firing bullet then cannonball, 20-mile march. I think most of you are the courageous leader. To sum up, staying alive, focus on your capability, keep innovating. Cash is king. Knowing how many days your cash can last. Know about your break-even point. Do a scenario planning for your 6 months, 9 months, and 1 year. So growing yourself, focus on growing yourself and creating more value. So again, staying alive, less talk, less strategy, more action. Time to work on your 3 things that you are committed to implement. So what is your focus? And United Airlines have bring back the supersonic air travel. And I use this as an example to test your courage, you know. If you have courage are very important to fly high, to able to come up from the tornado. But there are still got problem, you know, and opportunity still everywhere. But what is your fear? What's stopping you? Do you look at opportunity and courage to find growth, or you look at opportunity, courage and problem to keep improving? Which are the area you focus most of the time? So I will advise you as an entrepreneur to focus on the opportunity more. But if you have a good team member, your CEO should focus on improving on the problem. So what really stopping you if you are not surviving? What really stopping you moving forward? What are your fears? Why you are so afraid? So moving from the tornado and out of to the area to find your courage and to find your opportunity. Actually, tornadoes are not bad. The uncertain time are not bad because it gives us some opportunity to review our people, our business model, and our value that we are providing, whether it's still relevant or not. If not, then look at the new opportunity and start investing firing your bullet, then your cannonball. And more important is to do it more consistently and more discipline. Last, greatness is not a function of circumstances. Greatness is turn out, it's largely a matter of conscious choice and discipline. Thank you so much for your listening. Very quiet. All right, so if you want my PowerPoint slide, I can WhatsApp to you, but WhatsApp to me 019-851-2108, or you can email to me galsco@gmail.com. And if you want to join my business continuity plan group, scan this QR code, and immediately you will be joining our WhatsApp group. What do you get from this group is our updates. What are the business currently doing in our community or in the world? So we'll keep you updated. What are the leadership skill that is required during this time? We also post it in the group, and together with other community, you're able to get to know each other. Not only we have this business continuity community, we have a GM Marketplace is focused on. Don't worry about only. I put the word Sabah because I think we are in the community are very small now. You know, so we have people from all over the world in the group. So if you have something to offer in the group, you can scan this QR code and join us. And you can post your product and services in the group, and then get to know each other, and make the business community stay connected, and so that we can continue to survive. All right. Do we have a time for question and answer? If not, thank you very much once again for your time. On this end, I'm very quiet. I'm not sure whether you are very quiet out there. If there are no question, I want to end here. So thank you so much, and thank you, Andrew, for this opportunity. Thank you, Kelvin, and the rest of our committee who are working very hard for this event. And I wish you all the best for the next few days for the exhibition. I hope you have great connectivity, great connect with each other, and to stay in more courageous in putting a more positive mindset each day, and knowing where you are going, preserve your core value, and set a goal that is beyond now. And some strategy by Jim Collins that you can practice it every day. First who, then what, the hedgehog concept, and flying bullet and cannonball, and the 20-mile march. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to thank Dato George Lim for an insightful information, and of course the keynote that he has shared with us here during our opening ceremony. I've seen there are so many comments here coming in for Dato George Lim, and of course for the rest of our guests and the speakers here today. Thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen, for staying tuned throughout our whole opening ceremony. Now, just a kind reminder for all of you here, in our eBIZSTART 2021, there are actually 500 exhibitors here showcasing their businesses. And for those of you who are attending the eBIZSTART 2021 Summit, there are 3 different tracks available for all of you throughout these 14 days. Now, the 3 tracks here are actually the Summit, Masterclass, and of course, WooBiz. WooBiz is Women in Business track. And what's happening during all these tracks is that you can expect different sessions. There's different agenda ongoing. Now, let me take this opportunity to share with all of you what's happening here today as well. In Business Summit track, okay, you can join the Scale Up Valley podcast at 2 p.m. Digitalization Leadership Keynote, Empowering the Digital Economy session at 3 p.m. And at 4 p.m. is the SME Leadership Keynote, whereas at 4:30 p.m. is the Skill Up Valley podcast. In the second track called Masterclass, starting at 1:15 p.m., we have Behavioral Design for Business Leaders, which is ongoing right now. And at 2:30 p.m., we have Leader Within You. The next session is Effective Ways to Conduct Business Matching on eBIZSTART 2021 at 3:45 p.m. At 5 p.m., we have Leadership Session, Building a Great Team. And in the last track here, WooBiz track, the first session starting at 1 p.m., blended learning with interactive gamification lessons via video conferencing. The second session is at 2:30 p.m., Leap Ahead, Employed to Entrepreneur. And the last session today is at 4 p.m., How to Truly Make the Best Out of Your Website to Grow Your Business and Brand. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to highly encourage all of you to participate in our eBIZSTART gamification program. Now, what is this gamification program all about? Because we said learning can also be done through playing. However, in this playing, it's not your ordinary video games or ordinary games. So in this gamification program, it can be downloaded via your Android phone or your iOS phone as well. So look for this software, okay? The name of this software is called Orlik. So look for this Orlik in your iOS or your Android phone, Orlik Engage, ORLIG-ENGAGE, Orlik Engage. Download this app, okay, this application, so that throughout this 14 days, you can engage with us. There are different missions listed in the apps. Now, for every mission that you've managed to solve, you can earn points. And for different missions, you can actually accumulate different amount of points. Now, what do you do by the end of the day when you've gotten all these points? You can choose either to redeem the gifts, or if you wish to save it to the following days as well. It's up to you, and every day there are different gifts available as well. The task, or should I say the missions, is different according to each session, according to each speakers, and according to each day. So make sure you do check in to the gamification app called Orlik Engage to find out more about the mission, to find out more about the gifts that we're giving away that day as well. Now, how can you redeem your gifts? All you have to do is take out your phone, scan the QR code, okay, scan the QR code at our virtual booth via the Boom platform. Now, you can find different exhibitors, and to redeem your prize, you must visit E3 Hub booth, okay, E3 Hub booth to redeem your prizes. So for today, by 3 p.m., if you manage to accumulate up to 80 points, you can redeem 1 unit worth of 3,000 ringgit credit usage for exabyte given by E3 Hub. And by 5 p.m., if you've gotten 30 points, you can redeem 10 units worth RM 143.78 per unit for 1 free blog post for a company for Palindrome Communication. So go ahead and explore this gamification app. It's called Orlik Engage. I repeat, ORLIGENGAGE. Go and download, go and explore with it, because at every session, the speakers are encouraged to release their mission out for all of you. So while you learn from the speaker, participate in the mission as well. And also visit all the different 500 exhibitors booths to claim your prizes as well. Now, I hope that you all can enjoy yourself very much throughout these 14 days. And this is about the end of our opening ceremony. We would like to thank all our sponsors, our community, and of course to all of you for staying tuned with us from the beginning of our opening ceremony until right now. Thank you so much once again to all of you, to all our sponsors, organizers, our guests of honors, and to all of you. Thank you so much. Please continue to stay tuned with us. Come on board, and join us in this 14 days of eBIZSTART 2021. If you'd like to find out more on how you can register yourself, we've included a link at the YouTube channel. Go ahead, click onto the link, register yourself. It's absolutely free so that you can get access to the 14 days of sharing sessions from 100 over trainers, okay, that's provided in our Boom platform. Now, after this opening ceremony, we will hope to see you guys back again in our Boom platform for more incredible and wonderful sharing by all the experts in Boom. Till then, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you at the end of the day for the closing ceremony. Bye-bye.